Hello, my name is Arjan Visser, and if you don't know me yet, well, it's nice to meet you. I'm a human-centered futurist, and I'm about to launch the A.L.T Summit next week on Monday, 14th. And the A.L.T Summit is designed to inspire and transform and elevate our understanding of leadership, to lead the future from the inside out. And for the summit, I'm testing the infrastructure, the technology. So this is my dry run if everything works. But let's make use of this moment. And now I've grabbed your attention and share a little bit about the program of the A.L.T Summit and the reason why we are hosting the A.L.T Summit. Uh, the the A.L.T Summit is for 4 days, an hour a day, starting on the 14th, all the way to the 17th. And we start every day at the same time, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. UK time, and 4 p.m. European time. And next week, I will celebrate a milestone age. It's my 50th birthday, and I wanted to do something with passion and purpose. So that is actually that was the reason to start thinking about something that ended up in the summit. So we're going to run 4 days of panel discussions, which I want to give you a heads up in a minute. But I really want to point out as well why it is so important, not just only for me to celebrate my birthday, but in general, why this summit matters. Because we are at a tipping point in time, opportunity, and the future is emerging, and it invites us to lead the way into a human-centered creative age. In the summit, I want to unpack a little bit more about that, not making it a history lesson or a lecture. The main focus is actually to have many panelists talking about different subjects. But the opportunity the creative age is giving us is actually to reinvent our leadership and move beyond what we have been doing and learning and have been taught over the last 50 years. And that's because that was the management age. And that was all about efficiency and control. A human-centered creative age will be about identity, purpose, and the convergence of your unique creativity into what has value for others as it will have value for you. So, what is the program of the summit? Well, 4 days. We're starting with a panel discussion about actually celebrating authentic leadership transformation. So, I hope you already guessed what A.L.T stands for. It's authentic leadership transformation. Second day, we will look into a topic really close to my heart, and that's about finding new language to articulate who you are becoming and also to create the future. Third day, we're going to look at why the creative age is now and why we have the opportunity to step into it and what that means. Although the future is unknown and probably our past is misunderstood, we still have the option to live with intention, step up as a leader, and be prepared and prepare ourselves and the people around us for what is ahead of us. The fourth day will be the launch of the A.L.T Summit, the A.L.T Forum, and the A.L.T Forum is actually a Q&A space which we're going to run for the first time ever live through Zoom, where all participants who signed up for the summit will have access to and just ask your questions, share your thoughts about what it means to find your authentic self, reinvent your leadership, and lead society into a transformation where people find the better version of themselves, live the fullest version of themselves, and actually start to flourish and help others, empower others to flourish as well. So I've found panelists in my close peer network, and I love to run these panels with them because I know they have a point of view that needs to be heard. They have experience. They are courageous leaders who are stepping fully into the future and who they are becoming. So I love to introduce Laura Izzard, Rob Schultz, and Raya Richtering, people that are involved in talent recruitment, workplace of the future, leading communities, and making a difference for the people around them uh, in a very interesting way. So I warmly welcome them to step up into the panel discussions, and I am really excited what they are going to share. And I not assume, but I'm certain it will surprise me. So I hope you can be with us live and enjoy their wisdom. The second day, I've got three new panelists: Bench Street, Deb Brownmeyer, and Shane Pope. Again, an international group, or a group, a list of panels lists, um, who have so much to say about what it means as a leader to find the language to articulate who you are becoming, how important that is, and finding language to create the future. So, again, I'm really honored to celebrate my birthday because I turned 50 on the 15th with these three very dear friends and peers that I've been running with for years now. And my life, my journey wouldn't have been the same without these three people. So I'm really happy that we could organize it to get them in on the 15th to just celebrate and enjoy their wisdom about how they have been practicing these skill sets of preparing for a future that is unknown. Maybe some people call it uncertain. I would call it's mainly limitless and unpredictable, but we can prepare for it. The last panel discussion, we will talk about that the creative age is now. With Chris Harding, David Koerts, and Sasha Visser, we will talk about what that means for business, society, education, and why change is happening, and what the potential is, and how we as leaders have a responsibility, and probably also a self accountability in not slowing the next generation down, but actually stepping up to lead the next generation. So please join this panel discussion, and share your thoughts. The whole summit will run through an experience platform where we exchange thoughts, comments, ask questions, and enjoy each other's wisdom, leading up to the fourth day, which will be the A.L.T forum, the first ever session of a Q&A place space for forerunners, forward-thinking leaders, trailblazers, pioneers, those leaders who can't help themselves but want to be ahead of the bell curve. They're more than just early adopters and are ready to just be open for new things. So it's a curiosity, it's novelty, but also be vulnerable about sharing what the internal challenges are, living up to a deep desire to be the best leader for others as they could be. So I will share a little bit about my journey along the summit. And one of the things that I will probably mention, although when I say it out loud now, then I at least have said it, but loneliness is part of being a leader. Like a leader without vision, I have a hard time to call that a leader. Although I believe everyone is a leader because self leadership is so important. Stepping out in a vision that you carry, you advocate, brings you in a place of loneliness. And that is not a problem. The problem is if you take that as an excuse for isolation, because there are trailblazers out there who, let's call them wrestling. I don't mean struggling, but wrestling with thoughts, ideas, deep feelings, senses about what is coming, but haven't found language yet to articulate. Well, being surrounded by people who have the same similar wrestling, have the same journey is so comforting and is so encouraging. So that's why we create this space. So I welcome you to join our session, our first ever Alt Forum session on April the 17th. Well, I want to keep this video as it was intended to just test the technology. I want to leave it here. I want to invite you to take this summit as a gift. It's my way of celebrating my 50th birthday, and gifts only works when they are received. So I invite you, if you see this video live, if you see this video later, I invite you to just use the link that I will show at the end, which is summit.businessrevivalists.com, and sign up, get access to the platform, join us live or join us in replays. That's just what works for you. But I would say don't miss this opportunity and just enjoy the ride and be ready for a great adventure because the future is really promising. So now it's time for a short break for the weekend to just gear up and be full of energy. And I hope to see you next week in the summit. So thank you very much and see you soon.